right, first up this morning, things are heating up in the kitchen. You can probably hear it already. We can smell it, too. We are cooking with Thunder Bay Grille.
That's right. Chef Mike Stigler is back to prepare their current dinner feature. It's the Parmesan Crusted beef Porterhouse steak. Is this the king of steaks?
Yum.
I think so. It's my favorite steak.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love it.
How come? I tend to go usually for a filet, but why the Porterhouse?
Well, you can have a filet and have your Porterhouse too.
It's 2 in 1.
You can, yeah. That's one of the reasons that it's my favorite steak, and I can show you right here.
Please do.
On this one I happen to have along with me today.
Nice.
So
How
when
convenient.
The nice thing about a Porterhouse steak is that a Porterhouse steak has 2 different steaks in one. You have your strip portion, which is right along here, and if you were to take that part off, that right there is basically your New York strip, and then it also has the filet portion, which is right over here.
Why isn't it as thick as a filet usually is?
Well, it's just cut a little bit differently. Yep, it's cut a little bit differently. And this is also the same type of steak that you would get your T-bone from. The T-bone just has a slightly smaller filet portion on there.
Really?
That's what makes the Porterhouse the king, is that it has a larger portion of filet on there.
I did not know that.
That's
This
cool.
T-bone's the same, just less filet.
Just less filet, yep. That's why T-bone's usually a little bit less expensive as well. Yeah.
And the Porterhouse has the New York strip part as well as the filet. That's
the New York strip and the filet. So you're getting 2 steaks in one. And that's the reason why if you eat a Porterhouse or a T-bone, you'll notice that this portion over here is usually a little bit more tender because that's the filet portion.
And it's probably done faster because it's thinner.
Yeah, it cooks up a little bit quicker.
whammy.
Cooks up a little bit quicker.
I think people tend to disagree about the best way to cook a steak or grill a steak. What's your opinion? Best way, if you could have any heating element at your disposal, what do you think is the best way?
I really like a hot pan. You know what I mean? A hot pan, because you can get a really good sear on it. You can do the same type of thing on a really hot grill, but I think having high heat is really one of the keys because you sear the outside and you lock in all that flavor that's in there.
What about broiling? I broil my steaks.
Yeah, you know, broiling's okay. I like to actually have a visual on my steak though when I'm cooking it. You know, I like to kind of touch it and prod it and encourage it and speak, you know, words of wisdom to it. Yeah, you know, show it a little bit of love. So what I'm doing with this guy here is getting ready to put him in the pan. I'm putting a little bit of olive oil on him first, and then I'm putting some steak seasoning on here. And because we're doing high heat cooking, I like to use like a Montreal type of steak seasoning, which has you know, larger pieces of garlic, peppercorn, because it can stand up to the heat a little bit better.
Okay.
So we got that all on there. Press it down there on there really good. Then I have one in the pan working over here already, which I'll show you. So we got the high heat going on in here. This is like a grill pan, so you kind of get the best of both worlds with this pan. Cast iron, because you can get the grill marks going on here, same as what you would, on a, you know, on an outdoor grill. But you also get, you know, the high heat and the manageability that you get from having the pan right there and ready to roll for you.
Would you cook a strip so different normally than a filet, or they cook?
I like to cook them all the same. I like to cook them all the same.
I didn't know if that mattered.
No, it really doesn't.
This is a roll of goodness right here.
This is a roll of goodness here. This is our Parmesan butter crust.
Yeah, so hold that for a second because I want people to see it, because this is something you can freeze and use again and again and again.
Yeah, exactly. The nice thing about this is it's softened butter mixed with just a tiny little bit of Parmesan cheese, actually a lot of Parmesan cheese, a little bit of breadcrumbs, garlic and herbs, all mixed together in there. And then you can roll it into a log shape like what we got here, pop it in the freezer, then you just cut off chunks whenever you want it. You can use that for chicken, you can use it for shrimp, you can use it for steak, of course, which is what we're going to do today.
Delicious.
All right.
I am going to go ahead and pull the steak off of the grill here and get it on our plate so I can show you how we're going to get it ready to go in.
Oh, that was quick.
Yep, because the fact that you're going to finish it in the oven, you don't need to cook it for a really long period of time prior to getting it in the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off of here. We're going to cut this into nice sized chunks, depending on on how much Parmesan you like. You can cut smaller ones or bigger ones. We like a lot of Parmesan cheese, and you kind of mush that down on there like that, and then it's ready to go into your oven. So I conveniently happen to have one here in my oven. So I'm going to pull this guy out. Look at that, huh?
Over here.
So this is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. So that is your Parmesan crusted Porterhouse steak. So we're going to get that on the plate there. And then we serve that up with buttermilk mashed potatoes, which we make in-house out at the restaurant.
I'd put more of that butter on top of those.
Yeah, well, this has buttermilk in it, and it also has salt and pepper in there. If you wanted to put garlic in your mashed potatoes, that's always a nice choice too. And then we've got our pan-roasted vegetables here, which are yellow and green zucchini squash. And some onions in there as well. And that is the Parmesan Crusted Porterhouse steak on dinner feature at Thunder Bay Grille in Pewaukee. The king of steaks, as you have so called it.
There
Bring
you go.
that closer so we can get a bite.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your fish fry.
Yeah, and we are also in the middle of Lent right now, so for people that are observing that, or even not, we have fish every Wednesday now in addition to Friday. So we have baked cod, fried cod. At lunchtime we have a walleye sandwich. We have a couple other different fish options as well. So that's every Wednesday and Friday during lunch. You can come on out to Thunder Bay and get the fish fry.
Yummy.
Wednesday and Friday.
All right, and the Porterhouse.
And the Porterhouse.
Get the king of steaks.
The king of steaks, yes, ma'am.
That is so delicious.
Go for the gold.
It is fantastic, Mike.
Thunder Bay. There you go, right in Pewaukee. Phone number on your screen or thunderbaygrill.com as well. Stop in, ask for Mike. He loves coming to everybody's table and saying hi.
I love it. I love it when you mention it.
Thank us when you walk over to the table to say hi.
Right there.
That's right. Oh, is that delicious? So good. You got to go to Thunder Bay.